Hello, this is the MX46SPE, which is a Cobra 18-inch 46cm rotary mower that's electric powered, and this is how it arrives in a sturdy box like this. So what we'll do is open it up and I'll show you how to assemble it ready to start mowing your lawn. So here it is, all unpacked out of the box. I've taken all the protective wrapping off, which keeps it safe in transit. So we've got the basic mower unit, we have the grass collection box here, which I'll show you how we fit a little bit later on, and then we've got the side discharge, because this is a 3-in-1 mower, but again more about that later, cable clips, spanner for the blade should you need it, and of course the all-important manual there that tells you everything you need to know about the mower. All we need to do is to put the handlebars in. So easy to do. What we need to do first of all is to take off this red fastener here and slide out the bolt, and if the black sleeve comes out with it, we need to take that off, just pulls off and goes back into the hole and fits in. As you can see, it will only go in one way, it fits nice and snug in there. So we'll do the same on this side. And then I'm going to put the sleeve back in there. Now you can do this on your own, but it's easier with two, so I'm going to ask if I can just have a little bit of help. So I'm just going to unfold the handlebars like that, and then what we're going to do is we're going to just position them. So if I could just have a little bit of help with this, Gareth, just to steady it. It's got to go on the inside like that, so it fits into that, just spring loads in, as you can see, inside this framework here. And then take one of the bolts, and the bolts go from the outside in through the hole. So I'm just going to position that. Let's give it a bit of a wiggle just to line it through, and it will line up. It's got a curve on it, so it fits the curve of the handlebar here, and then put on the plastic red wing nut and tighten that up. Okay, so now we've got handlebars that are firm. So what we can do here, we've got to make sure that we don't get any of the cables trapped. This is the main cable here that we're going to plug in. So we just make sure nothing's trapped, and we can position the handlebar how we want it. It is adjustable, so you can adjust it to suit your height for comfort. So if we go about midway, it's just simply a case of then locking that into position with this red clip, and that is basically all you need to do. The great thing about this is, of course, for storage, you can just undo both of these clips, fold it down, and then it takes up less space in your shed or your garage. There are two plastic clips also in the bag, so these are to clip the cable. Now we're not going to clip the main lead that we plug into our power supply, so I'm just going to lay that there. One is on this side, this one is the cable for the drive, the self-propelled, so we just clip it over, making sure that the cable is in place. It just stops that flapping around, and likewise this side here, we can just clip that one there, and that holds that firmly into place. So that is basically it now. The mower is ready for plugging in and mowing. So let me just tell you a little bit about the 3-in-1 mowing with this mower here. One way of mowing is to collect the grass clippings, and we've got a nice large grass collection bag here. When it arrives, it has these plastic little clips on here, and these need to be taken off, and they just twist off like that. Very simple to take off. Just twist them off. We don't need these. These are only on for transit, so you can throw those away now. It's just to prevent any damage being caused by there. And this goes on the back of the mower if you are collecting the grass. But as I said, it has a 3-in-1 option. So one option is to collect the grass clippings, one option is to mulch them, and that's where we don't collect them. They are cut underneath the steel deck here, chopped very finely and blown down into the grass, and that's a great way to save having to collect the grass. It feeds the lawn, it recycles the nutrients, and if you mow little and often, you get a really lovely green finish to the lawn. And the mulch plug is already fitted, so if you do want to collect the grass, then you need to take that out, because while ever that's in that hole, the grass can't come out into your grass collection. So if I just put that there, what we need to do if we're putting on the grass collector, it just hooks on to these two springs just here. We've got one here and we've got one this side. So I've lifted the flap and then that just literally drops into place and the flap holds it securely in position. So the grass is then blown into there. This one also has a little indicator on it. When that is flapping, that means there's an airflow and it means that the grass box isn't full. When it stops flapping, then it's time to empty it. Take it off is very simple. Just lift the flap, unhook it, and that one is taken off. If you do want to mulch, then it's a case of just getting your mulch plug here, sliding it in, just push the thumb hole there down, slide it into position, and that is now locked firmly in place. So that's the second mode of mowing, mulching. And the third one is to use what we call a side discharge. And round my side of the mower, if I just turn that round like that, you will see here there is another flap. And if we've got the mulch plug in the back, the grass can't go out the back. If we lift this and fit this chute in there, and it just hooks underneath that steel pin and that holds it into place, the grass will then be blown out sideways. And this is a great way of mowing if you've got slightly longer grass that you don't want to collect, you just want to throw it out the side, and it will just throw it out to the side as you mow. So really good mower for those different ways. So that is it, it's ready to cut. So what we'll do, we'll put it on the grass and I'll show you the starting procedure. Starting procedure is very simple. Just to show you though, one of the safety tips is the cable here, which is about 10 meters long, nice and yellow so you can see it on the grass. What we don't want to do is to tug on this, it can cause the wires to come loose. So there is a little plastic clip here. So what we do is just make a little loop with it, very simple. That goes through the slot in this hanging clip like that. Just fold it round and it hooks over. And then just pull that to put a little bit of tension on that. And what that is there for is to stop this being pulled that might loosen the wires. We then need to plug that into a 13 amp supply. The starting procedure then is very simple. When this is packed at the factory, it's always on the lowest cut, and we should never start a mower with the blade close to the grass. So always lift it first, and this is the height of cut adjuster here. We've got 7 heights of cut, so we need to make sure that the mowing deck is well clear of the grass just to start it, and then of course when the motor is running we can lower it to the desired cutting height that we want. This is the control here, and you've got a green light on which tells us that we've got power, which is good, and there's a red button here and a red lever, so these are to start the motor. So in order to start it we have to depress the red button with your thumb on one hand and then pull this back, and that will start the motor. And then to propel it forward we push the black lever towards the handlebar and away we go. So let's give it a go. It's thumb to push in the red button and then we pull back the lever and the motor will start, and then to go forward we push the lever.
Remember to register your Cobra online at www.cobragarden.co.uk, and always have your Cobra serviced regularly. Check the website for your nearest dealer.